All in the Studio 3PO. I'm Stephen E. Smith. E is for exercise. Now, make no mistake, it's always an exorcism when I'm in the house. And thanks for joining us on the demo show for a few weeks ago, but this is the first official show for summer 2014. This is Cycle Practice, CARBLOADED. My invitation to you is to enjoy weight management, performance nutrition, and testing it daily on the indoor cardio cycle. A little bit of a summary. We're going to start out with a little wellness news, have some lesson for you, and then a little fixed gear freestyling, which is going to be articulated thoughts over spoken word on some vamp tracks, and then some interview clips. I think I've got a clip, in fact, I know, a wonderful clip with Mr. Kevin Turner at the core facility in Independence Gym in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's great. He's got a new program he's launching and everything. And I'll come up with something else special for you on there. Maybe some tips, something there. Consider being a guest on the podcast anytime. Reach out to me, and I'll give you the details on that a little bit later, how to get that to me. But, yeah, Cycle Practice, CARBLOADED. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. I be killing them in the club with this. What with this? Yeah, with this. Cycle practice, cycle practice, cycle practice, cycle practice, yeah. If I was killing them in the club with this, it'd be psycho. Let's try one more, let's go. Flow. I be killing them in the club with this. What with this? Yeah, with this. Cycle practice, cycle practice, cycle practice, cycle practice. Cycle practice, cycle practice, cycle practice. Yeah, there we go. All right, welcome back to the show. I'm Stephen E. Smith. E is for exercise. Now, make no mistake, it's always an exorcism when I'm in the house. This is Cycle Practice, indoor cardio cycle, son, CARBLOADED. And the reason why I do this podcast, not show up to my class or my workshop, to get people excited about my excitement and intensity on this stuff, is to understand 3 strategies. Now, yes, there's 5 components of physical fitness, and a lot of times that's overwhelming for a lot of people, and they just don't even grasp it or even give them any weight until they ultimately make sense based on their ability to get some stuff done in the short term. These strategies that I use, and it would encourage some folks to even just take a moment to inhale them and everything, is these 3 strategies, one of which is weight management. Weight management on the forefront of my approach to anything with fitness would be to understand at will where my weight can be, will be, and should be because I deemed it so. And this is just some simple things that I just have to get my lifestyle around, which are so simple. Sometimes people say, it can't be, and then it isn't, right? So it would be food logging, calorie counting, label reading, meal replacements, right? These are things that you could do that are so super simple and will help you manage on an hourly, daily basis that people won't believe that that's how simple it was when they see you do it. Okay, and then once you get past weight management into performance nutrition, where I prefer to be and enjoy it so much because a lot of people find food to be an entertainment. Okay, in the Southwest, this is what people do. They find food to be an entertainment. Everything comes around, hey, the next meal, right? So they can't plan anything unless it has something to do with very closely a meal within minutes. All right, and they sit around at these cafes, nice cafes and that, but they sit around and all they do is eat and idle chit-chat about just stuff. Okay, so it becomes this way, this lifestyle of showing up to these fancy, expensive, and this is money I'm talking about, right? I get like to talk about extra stuff, but let's just be honest, okay? But that's entertainment. I don't focus on food for entertainment. Performance nutrition. My food needs to have a purpose. Every single bite that goes into over my mouth, through my lips, into my gut, should have a purpose, man. And it does. And it's supposed to deliver me to the next level of performance through this nutrition. It's your fuel. It's your fuel. You're not going to put sand with the gas station. You put gas, and then you got levels of the gas. There's levels to this junk stuff, right? There's levels to this ish, like people says. Okay. And you have to figure out what level you want to octane yourself up. Okay. So anyhow, with that, I have to test this stuff. And once I get it all dialed in and I say, oh, I'm going to make an adjustment, I'm going to tweak something in my nutrition, I have to test it. So I test daily with my weapon of choice, the indoor cardio cycle, son. Understand that? I mean, there's the ellipticals, they got the treadmill, they got the stair stepper, they got everything. The rowers and all this other kind of good stuff. But the indoor cardio cycle, man, this is a beautiful place. You go into this kind of a arena area with intense concert music and people are showing up wanting to get after it or not, right? And it's just an exciting place and it's fun. People are scared to be in there because it's so much fun. And the big, strong guys, it's like they don't even step or come. They try not to even look through the glass because they don't want to tackle it. This is probably the toughest room in the building at these places. And you have to have your mind wrapped around actual, like, work. You didn't come to just one thing at a time, adding a little crumb or something on here and some plates and stuff, and taking my time and lifting some stuff up over 10 years, and then I look like Schwarzenegger, one of those good guys out there, right? That stuff is sleepy time. You have to wrap your mind around testing this nutrition at an intense level for intervals all daily. I do it almost hourly. And they pay me to do it, so that's what's exciting about it, and people get excited for that. But anyhow, with all that, weight management, performance, nutrition, tested daily on indoor cardio cycle is the way to go. I just say, and I'm so passionate about it, and I hope you understand that through these podcasts and that you just kind of go that direction. So let's take a look at the news and see. There's some good stuff, but I got a couple ideas I'm going to buy on this stuff. Let's see. All right, so let's see. I love this. News at your fingertips, simple stuff. I'm getting this news feed coming in on my Facebook, Fitspit Green Room on Facebook, Fitspit Green Room. And this came through, love this, Rodale News. Is Rodale a place? What is it? Rodale News comes up. I love this. This is super, super hot right here. As soon as I saw the title, I was already the 10 healthiest and 10 unhealthiest cities in the US of A. You gotta love this stuff. How healthy are we, I think is what how healthy is your city is the title. Is what they're saying. Let me zoom in. I'm looking at this on my phone. This is nutty stuff. They got a beautiful picture. You should, Rodale News, healthiest cities. Nice picture of, I don't know where that is. It's nice, but maybe Washington, D.C. But it says, do you live in one of the healthiest cities in the U.S.? Researchers at the American College of Sports Medicine have your answer. Love those guys. Love those guys. They recently crunched the data and released a list of the healthiest cities in our country. Thank goodness we have people on the case and given a substance through factual due diligence behind what people know is true. This year, the Healthiest City Award goes to Washington, D.C. with a score of 77.3 out of 100. Love that. Our capital has earned the highest score for having a lot of public areas available for physical activity, like parks, pools, recreational centers, and tennis courts. And a high percentage of people walking, biking, and or taking public transportation. Plus, the report indicates that 58.7% of people are considered to be in excellent and very good health. I love that. You read something like that across the country, it only makes sense that our nation's capital, should we have the healthiest people, or at least the most conscious people that gives a damn about taking care of themselves enough to be in shape and healthy, okay? With all the controversy of somebody's care and taking care of people and the costs behind all of that stuff, there's a lot of factors that goes into that. But the one thing that you can't get around or change is your own personal responsibility to doing your part to taking care of yourself and not just throwing money at someone else saying, put me back together like a toy maker. Okay? Let's just be honest. Now, I could be a jackass for saying this, and I don't give a damn. Let's be honest. It only makes sense a lot of times that the more unignorant or closer to intelligent that you, or educated, I might even go ahead and put on the log, that you are, you may find yourself wanting to use your educational knowledge and stuff to apply to your own well-being and concern. Right? So I'm not so surprised that in a place where a congregation of educated, intelligent enough people might be taking care of themselves. I mean, it's just me. I think this stuff is almost silly compared to, reading on, right, compared to Memphis, Tennessee, the city that came in at the bottom of the list, where only 42.6% of people are considered to be in excellent or very good health. Well, goodness bless those 42 point something, okay, for getting after it in an environment where it might be tough to do that, okay? And it's not surprising why, the article says, this is not me with my sarcasm, so saying this stuff. Memphis scored low on exercise, fruit and vegetable consumption. Oh, goodness. We just stop and grow a garden. Okay. And parklands. No parklands and walking. It says levels for smoking and obesity and diabetes was super high. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. You got a Rodale News. I'm going to look and see if this is a real place. And pardon me if you live in Rodale and it's a real place. I suspect that's awesome that you're the ones reporting this. This is a beautiful thing. I'm impressed. And you have my business. But, and I don't know what happened to my tail. I was going to read, there was a list of awesomeness that I've been cheated of. I cheated myself for some reason. Technology backed me out of the article. But there was a list. You should go on and see. There's a top 10 list and all that good stuff of the cities that came in. And I'm not going to ruin it for you. And I was going to actually read it out to you. But somehow, through my excitement for the article, I lost the page. But anyhow, that's in the news today. You should, and I'm sure it's been around for maybe a few days. I should have looked at the date on that. My apologies for that. I suspect it was over the weekend or something. But contact me, Fitspit Green Room, Facebook, or whatever, and I'll tell you and forward it to you, or look it up, Google it. It's easy enough. This stuff is at our fingertips. It's just like food choices are at our fingertips. For heaven's sakes, folks, come on. Now, even with the 56 point something, I'm surprised it's even that high, but thank goodness. And really, going out to the folks in Memphis, Tennessee, that's not so far off. You had like 42.6% people healthy and in excellent shape. So that was really not that far behind Washington, D.C. So get those numbers up, get that weight down, insist on places to walk and stretch your legs and breathe fresh air. And folks with cigarettes, go stand behind in an alley or something and stop contaminating the area around, going in and out of a grocery store or working places with this cigarette smoking. Stop the madness. Let's just be honest and nice to ourselves. Love yourselves enough not to impose the disgust on everyone else who's trying to be healthy. Goodness bless those folks down in Memphis, because they outnumbered. People smoking and carrying on and doing whatever's unhealthy and probably poking fun at the ones that gives a gosh darn about eating something green. I don't. Okay. All right. So with that, let's get on with the podcast, man, and have some fun. Let's see what else we got going on here. Maybe some music or something. Let's see what's up. All right, so Facebook, I can't get around it. It just is what it is, and I hope something else comes along, maybe the Google or something else that comes along to rival these guys, because we seem like so dependent on them so much anymore, and they're starting to trying to tell me how to have friends and stuff. So anyway, the friends that they do allow me to have, there's some groups in there that I like to align myself with and just keep an eye on what they're chattering about and what they got going on. GMO-free Arizona. These guys working on a project right there, so shouts go out to them. They're trying to get on the ballot at least an opportunity for us to vote whether or not we want the labeling in November for the GMO products. I mean, the label can't be so bad if it's just saying, hey, this is what we've done and you can buy this or not, right? So if it's such, it's just me yapping again. If this is good stuff, then give me an opportunity to know it's good stuff, right? And so good job out there, Christy Wheeler and those guys down there at the GMO-free Arizona. We also got the high yoga guys and gals, mostly, really, I'm sure. Good job over there. The Dream Team, Fist in the Sky on that. Stay strong on that. The Crushing It crew. And shut up and train, guys. Right? Just shut up and train some stuff. Right? And the Chemical Balance Diet. Right? Anything named Chemical Balance Diet has got to be something that you want to take a look into the details. Okay? And then, of course, and I'm telling you right now, wrap your mind around this, because these guys they're on to something that might be beyond your lifetime, only because you just don't want to hear it or do what you have to do to be right on this stuff. On the right side of this, the pals, the Phoenix Animal Liberation Squad, these guys they're serious business. I have a clip from the First Friday Art Walk, and at the Radio Phoenix booth, had an opportunity. I mean, they walk into these food courts and really try to get people conscious of what it is that, as Americans, with zombie sleepwalking on this stuff, when it comes to just feeding our faces with other things that are not necessarily is right. Okay, so the Phoenix Animal Liberation Squad, these guys, they're directed in action, and they believe that in fighting for total animal liberation, we're animals, and they say they work for the immediate liberation of our brothers and sisters, human and non-human. We take the victim's perspective, aspire for total species equality, and contest the moral elevation of human traits. So, Phoenix Animal Liberation Squad, check them out on Facebook. Don't demonize. These guys are smart people, man. They're sitting around and they're watching the habits of human beings and saying a lot of this stuff is not right just because it was told us that that's what people do. So I'm going to pull out that piece, and I don't care what you think. I'm going to run it and chat these guys up and get to the bottom, because this is good stuff. And I think they're just Buck Rogers, man. They're out there in the future saying that you'll get it. Okay? So shouts out to those guys. Be nice to folks that thinking about stuff that's smart. Okay? So real good with that. And let's play some music real quick. I got some to come back. Probably do some more Facebook stuff, birthdays or whatever, and then share some other information with you. Let's see what's good. So if you want to follow what I'm working on, a daily basis, come out to some workshops and classes. Cycle practice calendar on Google calendars, I guess. You should be able to Google that, right? And come up with it. Cycle practice on Google calendars. Facebook Green Room on Facebook. You can find me. And, support some good cats. There's a lot of people that's out there. RadioPhoenix.org on Facebook. The Phoenix Center for the Arts on Facebook. I want to say hi to those guys. Take a look and check them out. See what they're working on. A lot of good stuff happening down there. Planned Parenthood. Keep an eye on what they're working on over there. So I like this stuff. I like to just say hi to people. People know that I know that they're alive. Unlike the folks that I thought loved me, there's no one sending me events this month. One thing I did get, they must like me in Chicago, and I appreciate you on that, because they do have nice food and good people out there. On the 22nd of June, I have an invitation here for the WGCI first annual Summer Jam, and that's at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Illinois, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And so go check that out if you're in the area and want to get involved with that. The 22nd of June, WGCI first annual Summer Jam. Oh, and locally here, in fact, speaking of cycle practice, right? I'm involved with the Fit Republic, brand new 5-studio concept coming out, the premier location in not only in Arizona, going to be the hot spot for anything that has to do with the top level of fitness, but the location is just absolutely bonkers, nutty. If this was LA, it'd be Rodeo Drive, man. This is at the Fashion Square Mall right there on Camelback and 75th Avenue Street. They have a block party. They're closing down one of the blocks right there on the side next to Nordstrom's. Thursday, June 26th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. is going to be the grand opening block party. This is exciting. RSVP, if I were you. Recruitment at citizensofit.com by June 23rd so that you can get some perks there. And the phone number is 480-324-1200. They got beer, wine, food tasting from local restaurants to be served there. Live class demos, giveaways. Live entertainment by Kelly James, DJ Solomon, and more. So there's a lot of this concept is going to go out throughout the country. This is the beginning. I'm so grateful to have been chosen to be a part of the core initial group that's coming in and providing classes to launch this thing. Check out my cycle practice there. I'm the first guy in the morning, man. 6 o'clock in the morning, you getting fired up and going and showering and going to work excited because you've been practicing first things first in the day. So I'm super grateful to be involved with Mr. Tom Haddon over there, who's the founder of the Mountainside Fitnesses, who's behind this whole thing with his crew of amazing, and I'm just grateful to be involved with it. So CrossFit, cycle, yoga, hot yoga, TRX, bar, boxing, and HIIT, man. This is all the studios, all on the second level, overlooking the probably most profitable mall in the country, Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall, man. And I'm telling you, this is a not miss event. Plus, that whole weekend is free. You can come in and try the classes, because if you want to get involved and become a citizen at the Fit Republic, this is a chance for you to come in and enjoy a block party, plus take a look at the studio, get a good inside, and then enjoy starting 5:30 in the morning next day. Classes, I'm sure. Mine is going to be one of them, is that weekend. And for 3 days, just free classes. So sleep if you want to, but the fit won't be sleep in the Republic. So real good. That's Thursday, June 26th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And yeah, so that's everything going on as far as I'm concerned for June. There's plenty launching, but for heaven's sake. And then right after that, the only thing with more fireworks than that is going to be the 4th of July coming right up a few days after that. So yeah, come down and check us out and see what's good. Any birthdays? I think it got the Johnny Fit Club is rocking a birthday coming up Monday, which is probably what day is that going to be? I'm not sure if it's even today. But anyhow, good holla out to him. And then also, speaking of Johnny Fickler, I like to say support and take a good look at those Beachbody, man. Sean T and all those guys. In fact, I know I saw something that what Air Force base is gonna be, but they're gonna have Tony Horton come out, the motivational speaking, like 11, he's got 11 principles or something that it's being successful with fitness and all kind of stuff. He's gonna be sharing with, oh my gosh, I should have pulled that up to share it with him, but he's gonna be out there, and I know which one it is. I'm just slips my mind right at the moment. One of those Air Force bases out that way. And as soon as I put on some music, I'll remember. But anyhow, Beachbody's on it, man. Those guys know what's good. That's what launched me, man. Really got me hyped about fitness, man. Beachbody, Sean T and all those programs and stuff. So, and the people were scared of those. It's just a video, folks, and people getting together trying to be fit. So anyhow, let's rock, man. Let's keep this thing moving. All right, we're here with Mr. Kevin Turner. Mr. Turner's at the core facility in Independence Gym. Was it Hayden and Thomas Scottsdale? Yes, sir.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yes, sir. Right now, we're at the launching of a new series of daily workouts. And I'm not even sure if workouts even does any justice. This is really going to be like remedies, conditioning, everything you need, really. So I'll have Mr. Turner kind of give us an idea of what it is he's putting together right now.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is I'm glad. Thank you for trying to or doing a actually pretty good job of describing what it is that I do, because most people think that, oh, I'm a trainer and a personal trainer. That is the furthest thing from what I am. And a couple of my clients actually are the ones who said that. They say basically what you are is a therapist. You fix. What you do fixes most of our injuries. It's hard to put a name to it, because the method that I do here and that I'm trying to bring to people is, first of all, to fix whatever injuries you have, but also to make you perform better overall, whether you're an athlete or just the average Jane or Joe. It's all the same to me. The body is the body, and I just want it to function at its most optimal levels. So what I'm trying to do, besides having this a brick and mortar location, is get online, use access to online to where I can reach a greater number of people who need this information, who are seeking this information, not looking for it, but seeking it. There's a difference between someone seeking something and looking for something. So I'm looking for a client that is actually tired of being tired of being injured, and just is saying, you know what, there's no one in my area, I don't know what's going on, I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on doing this. And trust me, I cost. If you're in here, you're gonna pay me. But overall, I wanna also have an option for those who are seeking the same thing, but at just a lower cost. And now in this day and age, with the technology we have, I don't understand why I shouldn't be doing it. It's just, it's inevitable that it should happen. So that's where I'm going. I'm going online. Everything that I do here in this brick and mortar location, I will also be doing online. So you're not really missing anything except me being in your presence and seeing you and fixing you directly, which is very important, by the way. It's actually a component that is extremely important. But I will try to kind of get around that a little bit later on with some different sessions where we can do live back and forth, where I can see you, you can see me, and I can actually correct you personally. So we'll work on that later, but currently we're just working on getting the videos out and demonstrating what it is that I do here.
So how long can they expect? How long a video are they're going to wake up in the morning and get busy watching the video or late at night?
You know what? That's a fantastic question. Okay, there's
like if I've got an hour, these are 45 minutes.
It's about an hour. It's about an hour's video, but I'm going to start them off a little shorter because people have no attention span anymore. And, you know, I don't know what happened to our society, but we've degraded a lot. So if it's not fancy and flashy, nobody wants to watch it. So I'm at a point where I'll start everybody off with a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then slowly as they get better, they can go to the full workout. The key point that everybody keeps doing, all videos, is they assume that everybody knows how to use their body. Because I can walk and because I can pick something up, ooh, now I'm good at lifting weights. I just need to show it to you. My job isn't to show it to you. My job is to teach it to you. There's a huge difference between teaching someone something and showing someone something. Mm-hmm. My job is to teach it to you. So what I'm going to do is take it bit by bit, slowly. Teaching you as if you're a toddler trying to walk. I just don't pick you up and throw you across the floor and say, run.
Right.
I've got to hold your hands and walk real slow and talk to you and guide you. That's what I do. If you're kind of bored with that, then this might not be for you. When I do it that way, I think people understand it better, their body and what they're doing, and make a clearer connection. So when they go and they start getting to the point of where I'm connecting all the dots over the course of a couple of weeks or a month or what have you, now you can do an hour's workout and know how to do the exercises properly without hurting yourself. And now you're getting even more of a benefit of the cardiovascular component.
So of the components, what would be kind of like the table of contents on this thing? What can someone, what are the areas that people can expect that they can benefit from?
Well, initially, the method is called the way methodology. And I am not a teacher, I'm a guide. I'm guiding you on a path, on the way to health. So, with the way methodology, there are five major components, and there are components that are offshoots off of that. The five major components are breath, balance, flexion, focus, and B. B is the hardest part. That's why it's kind of the last one. The others, we work them together, but B, you have to already master the first four to understand, even come close to understanding what B is. So with those four components, what I'm going to do is teach people really how to breathe, how to use more of your lungs. We as human beings in daily life don't use our lung capacity to its fullest. We use shallow breathing. So we're never really getting oxygenated. So we get fatigued faster. We're not releasing endorphins like we're supposed to. There's just a lot of things that we're not gaining from breath.
Well, as a cycle instructor, I can benefit from that.
Yes.
I can benefit from that.
It will extend. This is one of the keys with breath that most don't understand. If you don't breathe, which most people who exercise or lift weights don't do, they hold their breath. And after the exercise or after the exertion is when they breathe, which is incorrect. It's like plugging up a air tube and then.
Will they get some of these on YouTube?
Yeah, they'll get it on the site, as well as I have a YouTube channel, the Core Facility, the THE Core Facility. Please put the in front of it, otherwise you'll go somewhere else. I don't know where. But yeah, the first couple I'll do for free just to have people get an understanding. See if they like it. Kick the tires, like driving a car. If you like what you hear, if you see some value in it, then continue on, and I'll have a subscription where you have a minimal cost. Are you
thinking of setting it up where you can, is it something like, if I get called away, can I continue watching where I left off? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It'll pretty much be sent to you, or you can download it or what have you.
Oh, okay.
And so you can use it whenever you need to use it, any time of the day. I try to make it as functional as possible so people can understand that they can do it at home. Mm-hmm. They can bring it to the gym and use the weights at the gym. Or you can use no weights at all. So I'll give a variety of options for people to be able to do their exercise.
So when they go to YouTube and they start looking for your videos,
yeah,
and
go to my site
website.
First.
Go to the website.
The website is the first thing. Mm-hmm. You know what? Nobody reads nowadays. Mm-hmm. Okay, read the site. It'll give you a little bit of information, but the video will be on. It'll say I can't even remember what it is.
So that way they know they're on the series.
Exactly. And it should be numbered so they know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 5,001, blah, 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 as it goes on.
Real good. And like I say, Mr. Kevin Turner at the core facility here in Scottsdale. I'll be looking out for the series, man. It's gonna be good.
Let's get hot up in this interior. Studio 3PO. With me, Steve 3PO. Your new indoor cycle instructor, Stephen E. Smith. Check out this I Spin, my new practice track. Come ride with me on this. I spin. I spin. Hardcore. I spin. Hardcore.
All right, awesome. Welcome back to the show. Cycle practice, indoor cardio cycle, son. Carb loaded. And the show's going by super fast. There's a lot to say, a lot to do. There's a lot going on and everything. I always like to be a little bit motivated, though. Who motivates the motivated? I mean, you know, who? So, anyway, I got this guy, Steve Siebold. Stumbled across an interview or something with him not too long back. Has a book out. He's a motivational. He goes around different subject matter. On fitness, he has the Die Fat or Get Tough 101 differences in thinking between fat people and fit people. Steve Siebold. And I like to just, and I'm not sure, hopefully he don't mind. I'm telling you some of this stuff. Difference number 7, the difference between fat people thinking and fit people thinking is difference number 7. Fat people are controlled by food. Fit people are guided by vision. Now that's difference number 7 in 101 differences here in thinking. And then it goes on to say, it says, fat people are at the mercy of their hunger, cravings, and eating habits. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner dominate their daily planning, for heaven's sakes. Though most of them are not conscious or aware of it. I just randomly skipped through a page or two and came up on difference 7, and it's right in line with conscious eating, which is all I'm all about, man. I mean, weight management, let's get that locked down. As easy, as mathematical, as predictable, and is elementary into just stepping one foot in the pool of getting fit and being healthy for yourself and having control consciously. Okay, and then going into a place where you really start to have fun with this thing, and that is in performance nutrition, tested daily on indoor cardio cycles, preferably, is where I'm at with it. But he also says, he has these quotes, man, fat loser quotes. And he says, the how of weight loss is simple. This is just what I'm saying, man. There are hundreds of diets created by brand doctors all over the world. The challenge of losing and maintaining weight isn't the how, it's the why. It's not enough to know how to do something, or you must know exactly why you're doing it. Why will you fight? Why will you suffer through this process? If you don't have a compelling reason for losing weight, you're going to be emotionally vulnerable when the going gets tough. So check this guy out, man. Steve Siebold. Critical thinking question he has here. He always tries to give you a critical thinking question, and then follows it up with an action step. He says, do you have a crystal clear vision of what your life will be like as a fit person? That has to do with anything, as a wealthy person, a successful person, as a mother, as a father, as a whatever. But particularly on a fit person, a clear, concise mental picture is, and then he has action step. Action step is put your vision on paper. I always write, people say, oh, you always like to write stuff. Right. Action step, put your vision on paper and describe what it feels like to be a fit person as though it already happened. Unbelievable stuff. All right. Steve Siebold, get after it, man, and do yourself a favor. I got some a kitchen segment I'm going to drop on you in a minute. Let me get that prepared, run some music, and then I'm going to go into that. Okay? Let's do that. cycle practice. Indoor cardio cycle testing, son. You have your weight management, then you have your performance nutrition tested daily on indoor cardio cycle. And this kitchen segment, I like to at least give you something to think about and an approach and empower yourself to make the kitchen a place that you're excited about, not only to entertain your taste buds and your friends and family, impress those guys, but impress your guts. Impress your insides, because there's microbes, like we covered on the last show, and a universe of bacteria that's in your gut that are good and bad. They're fighting in there to keep you either healthy or take you down. So the type of, they eat what you send in there. So certain types of food are metabolized and like covered by the professionals that I was chatting you up about last time, that will either feed the good guys or feed the bad guys, and those guys take over whoever it is. But the difference between eating healthy and not is, take for instance, if you tend to be caffeine dependent, eat one or more servings, or eat one or less servings of fruit and vegetables per day. 45% of calories comes from fat. 34 teaspoons of sugar intake daily. Low energy levels. Higher stress levels. More likely to develop arthritis. More sleepless nights. More risk of depression. 30 to 40% increase of cancer risk. 4 times more likely to be to develop diabetes. You have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, overweight and fat, or over fat, right? And then increased risk of sexual dysfunction. Then you may be filling yourself probably with things that are not in your best. Come on, let's be honest. Let me stop being. You're not filling yourself with good stuff, leading yourself down the path to goodness. If you were, you would eat at least 3 servings of grain products per day, whole grain products. Eat 5 to 9 servings of fruit and vegetables per day. Sugar intake is mainly from the produce, okay? And you would eat meat 1 or 2 times a week. I mean, I'm not even gonna get started on that whole animal, no pun intended. Yes, pun intended, okay, with that stuff. But you would have more restful nights, less affected by stress, longer average lifespan, less risk of cancer, high energy levels, increased vitality, maintain healthier weights, low risk of depression, and increase your productivity at work. I mean, folks, come on, no, let's be honest. This is no brains. What doesn't allow you to enjoy the healthier lifestyle? I don't get it. But so then I reach out to just kind of make sense to some of the stuff that goes on in my wacky mind. And I look onto the internet because it's easy enough at my fingertips on with the phone and that. And I'm looking at these folks now. The Mayo Clinic. These are pretty smart people, would you say? Okay, they say it takes. Now I'm staying on the subject of the kitchen and into my gut. Right? It says it takes about 6 to 8. I was curious about this. 6 to 8 hours for food to pass through your system. Just Google a diagram of your system. When's the last time you looked at your digestive system on a diagram and see what the process is? How long it takes? 8 hours almost to get through your gut. Now, a lot of the stuff that you're eating and folks are eating these days is not even passing through. They say there was stuff in, I think, even John Wayne's autopsy that was still in his gut after so long. I'm talking about years, right? Digestive times vary between individuals and between men and women after you eat. It takes about 6 to 8 hours of food to pass through your stomach and the small intestines. Food then enters the large intestines, colon, okay, for further digestion, absorption of water, and finally elimination of undigested foods. Folks, the digestive system is so crucial outside of your respiratory, your cardiovascular system. The whole component as a whole is this nutty stuff. Get dialed and be conscious and enjoy the benefits of your machinery. This is nutty stuff. The kitchen is a serious place. It's a laboratory on what you're gonna build yourself into. Okay, I remember you fed a kid real good when he first came home for about 3 or 4, 5, maybe 17 weeks, and then you start throwing the crap down his throat that you've been eating, right? Look at you, and his system is functioning, or her system, the baby system is functioning just fine until they started eating from table, like the dog. Right? The dog was fine until you left it. If you start feeding them table scraps and don't take them for long walks, yeah, right. Depending on where you live, you may not have a dog park. The dog even went downhill. So I don't know, folks. I do know. Enjoy the kitchen for what it is, and it is what you make it. So let's get after it down there and see what's good. Let's keep this party moving. I keep it moving and see what's good, man. Cycle practice. Get in it, man. Get on it. We'll take on this little stuff right here. Let's go. Oxycycling. Cycling with oxygen.
You're pushing full circles. I'm pushing full circles. We're pushing full circles. You're pushing full circles. I'm pushing full circles. We're pushing full circles.
Oxycycling. There's breathing and zooming. You're breathing. You're zooming. We're breathing. We're zooming. Zoom. Zoom. Breathe. And breathe. Breathe. And breathe. Zoom. Zoom. All right, folks. So this is cycle practice. Indoor cardio cycle testing, man. The food that performs for you. You see, I mean, let's just be honest. There's a lot that I could say. There's a lot that hadn't been said, and it's just there's not enough time. You have to just keep doing these things and staying with it. And if you begin with the end in mind, and I'm always thinking of this, come the end of a program or something. I think Stephen Covey or someone wonderful like that said it, and I'll look it up just to be sure to give people the right credit and everything. But I'm going in this thing with weight management in mind to get that done first. Moving on to performance nutrition, tested daily on the indoor cardio cycle. And then once you have those kind of basics down and control and confidence to navigate your way through the fitness lifestyle, then you're excited, man. You're excited to make things happen for yourself. So I always like to just kind of bring it to a close with the thought that if you start out with some safety in mind, when I start my programs and I say, hey folks, any question, I talk to everybody, and no one has a peep. No one says, I don't have a question. No, the question, I do this stuff for a living, and I got a million questions, and I know a million answers, but these is a new million questions I came up with. I don't. So anyhow, goodness bless you. Be safe. Set up right. Make sure that your equipment's safe for you. If it don't feel right, it's because it's not. These cycles were designed by engineers and quality products from companies that invest a lot into this stuff for it to be comfortable and effective. And if it's not comfortable, for whatever reason, something's up, and you should inquire. What's the deal? So anyway, be safe on that. But after all of that wonderfulness, is all about the end that I enjoy is the recovery. The recovery is such a special time and such a special place. You have an incredible high after these cycle classes, any workout really, but after these cycle classes in particular, because that's what I'm all about, right? You have to prepare already if you intend on coming back, which most people do. Is you want to prepare yourself to be ready for the next go round. And I had to get my mind around some type of a stretch program, some type of a recovery nutrition that was right for my body, that was right for what I'm wanting to do. I mean, I try to stay in the higher clouds of 3,400, 3,700 calories a day. Now, granted, yeah, I'm doing cycle class, but I believe in carbs, man. And I'm talking about the long wick carbs. I'm not talking about those quit cheap candle burning joints. I'm talking about the stuff that lasts 45, 50 minutes, 75 minutes strong, finishing up with people huffing and puffing because they ate a Snicker. I love Snickers, but they ate a Snickers in the parking lot and thought they was going to be able to cycle. This is not. I mean, come on. No, that's not what's happening. But anyway, stretching is what my point was wanting to be. And yoga or something that gets your body into a rebuilding mode is my suggestion that you could but most definitely be prepared for being prepared again to rock and roll and doing this thing all over again. So goodness bless you. Love yourselves. Be nice. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other and everything. And I'm Stephen E. E's for Exercise. There's always an exorcism when I'm in the house. Practice your weight management. Think about your performance nutrition. And then test it daily on indoor cardio cycles is my suggestion. And to go out into the world and be nice to yourself. Protect yourself from yourself and me, the instructor, Stephen E. I love you. Talk to you in a little bit.
Non-spin. Cycle practice. Sir, yes, sir. Indoor cardio cycle slime. Let's all bobbleheads and ride on time. Even price that dress, so I shake mine. Non-spin. Cycle practice. Sir, yes, sir. Indoor cardio cycle slime. Let's all bobbleheads and ride on time. Even Christ had dreads, so I shake mine. Non-spin. Cycle practice. Sir, yes, sir. Indoor cardio cycle slime.
Your life agent on cycle practice. Cycle practice. Cardiovascular training. What is it? Indoor cycle sport. Indoor cycle sport like any sport. Football, ballet, or gymnastics. Cycle practice. Or is it cycle ball? Choreographed cycling for racing like banked indoor circuits. Velodrome track cycling. Cycle practicing. Cycle practice. Organized big strong guys, indoor cycling, focus on endurance, strength, and interval training, powerhouse high intensity and recovery. This involves special exercise weighted flywheels, cycle practicing in a classroom setting, rocking stationary cycles. Some people call this spinning, don't they? Or is it not spinning? Cycle practicing, the exercise science, cycling attracting countless fit and unfit riders. Well, let me ask you, is cycle practice safe and effective? Like a science involving anatomy, physiology, kinesiology? Who suggested practicing in a fit club back in '95? Flywheel enthusiasts and couch potatoes? Again, if you say science, I'm thinking physiologists and sports exercise specialists. Does that mean that these fit and unfit riders benefit from these cardiovascular components? Can you control blood pressure, gain core strength, and burn calories? Cycle practicing is comprehensive. I'd practice cycling to have upper and lower body strength with muscular endurance. Will indoor cardio, fitness, aerobic, and anaerobic conditioning improve resting heart rate and my body composition? This for lean mass and fat masses? Okay, well, tell me my hand positions, cycle settings, and core postures, and let's go. Cycle practice, practice, practice.